Hey everyone, James here, and today I'm back with yet another Pick a Brick haul. My store has just had some really amazing parts on there recently, and actually the week in between my last one and this one, I think, had some of the best ever that I've seen, but I wasn't able to get there because, of course, it had to be the busiest week of my whole year, but I went immediately afterwards as soon as I could, and this is what I got right here. Still got some really awesome parts, but just not quite as good as that. Anyway, I am going to show you what I got, and quite a bit of this, I think, fell out in here. So that should be this one here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the techniques that I used here, because I used some that I don't get to use all the time. So let me dump off some of this. Okay, so of course, like normal, I use the different 1x1 bricks, 1x2 bricks, that sort of stuff to try to go around the edges and stuff. But since they had some of these clear bricks in one of the random bins there, and I pulled out as many as I could, those, since they don't have the center tube, you can actually put things in them. And so I was able to find all of these coral 1x1 round quarter round tiles right here, also in the random bin. So neither of those were actually on the wall at this point. They probably were earlier in the week when I couldn't come. But I was able to put them in there, and that's not too many more pieces that you're fitting in that way, but it's a little bit of something. And then, of course, fill in gaps and stuff like that where you can't put these down at the base. Then I use bigger stuff like this. And then the main stacking technique that I did here is this right here, because they had these windows on there. So what I do with the windows is, since they only have the ability to put a window on one side, it means that there's this extra space back here. And with that extra space, you can actually fit two tiles in there in between each window. So I was able to fit in these tiles right here into every single one of these pairs of windows here, just all the way down the whole set right there. So even with that, like, I'm getting the windows and stuff, but I can also fit in a lot more parts just by doing that and using all the extra space that you have in there, and that's what really helps me get more pieces than most people. But that's pretty much it for the special techniques that I used in here. Just got lots more cool pieces there. For 1x1 bricks with the stud on one side, I go ahead and stack them like this right here. We've got one that we put with it on a side like this, and then it basically gets close to being a 1x2 brick in terms of size. And you can stack them like that and use them just as these here. So that's it for that cup right there. And then for the second cup, it was like going to fall out when it came in, when it was going to put it in the bag, so you just put it directly into the bag. So nothing to dump out from here. So I can't really show you any of the techniques in there, but that's okay, because I didn't use as many in this one here either, just because of the parts. The one thing I did do was I did basically that same thing that I just showed you with the 1x1 bricks with the stud on one side, but I did it with the 1x2 versions right here. And then I stacked them like that, and then with the cup like this, then you can put them into the bottom just like that, with it facing in instead of to the side, like with these here. So that's just another way to go ahead and get more bricks, because pretty much the more stacking you do for one of these, the more you can fit in there. But yeah, anyway, you can see some seriously awesome parts on the wall this time, even though I was later. You know, we got 2x2 dark red tiles, the semicircle ones here, bones, window frames, or door frames, I guess, there, and then the window frames here, the glass to go along with them. So yeah, lots and lots of awesome stuff here. But I'm going to go ahead and sort this, and then like normal, I'll cut back and tell you the quantities of each part that I got. Alright, I finished sorting everything from the 2 cups, and now let me go ahead and tell you the individual quantities that I got for each one. So to start off with, these parts up here, excluding the flags and these round bricks here, were from the random bins, or else I would have gotten more of them, especially these 2 and the flowers here, probably those bricks too. But so I grabbed all of these ones that I could find. We've got 11 main random ones right there. And then for the other parts that I got in more quantities, got 13 of the teal 2x2 round plates, 37 of the coral 1x1 round, or not round, quarter tiles, and then 40 of the trans-clear 1x2 bricks. And then for the rest of these parts, these are ones that were actually on the wall. And I started off with 21 of the Paragold flags. We got 16 of the trans-orange 2x2 round bricks, 37 of the orange 1x3 curved slopes right there, and 26 of the dark purple engine round things. I don't know what they're called, but 26 of those. For the green plates right there that have the edge on them, or whatever it's called, we have, I just lost it, got 53 of those right there. And then 52 of the dark bluish gray 1x2 plates, 7 of the dark bluish gray door frames right there. And then for the smaller white window frames, I have 25 of those, and then 16 of the larger white windows. For the actual glass that goes into these window frames here, I got 68 of them. Really happy about that. There had been glass on the pick-a-brick wall like years and years ago that some people had gotten, but I was never able to, and I was always really wanting some of those, so I'm very happy to have finally been able to get some that way. Moving on, we've got 66 of the green 1x2 bricks with the studs on the one side. Just basically, I always grab snot bricks if they're on there, because they're always useful in any color and stuff, and I use them so much, and want to be able to make it so that I can do even bigger things with them. I hadn't seen the sand green 1x1 brick with the stud on one side on there before. I've seen it with 2 studs on the sides, one on either side, but not one like this. So I grabbed as many of those as I could, and I ended up with 135. There were more there, but they were mixed in, so with some like 4 other parts, so it was kind of a pain to sort those things out. And then I got 79 of the light bluish gray 1x1 bricks with the stud on one side. For these Paragold bricks that have that ornamental circle-y thing on the one side, I got 65 of those. Not sure what I'm going to do with them, but they're kind of cool. Definitely a cool part. I'm not a big fan of Paragold, but I'll probably eventually find a use for them. For these medium Azure 2x4 plates, I was able to get 29 of them. I've gotten them on there before, and it's basically just because I needed something to hold together the windows when I did that stacking technique, and also because they're just good for, you know, having support and stuff underneath, a little bit of like filler for other plates, for other builds, making stuff structurally strong. For these big curved brick tile things, I got 16 of them, which is pretty cool. I have a few ideas for what I can use those on, but we'll see if that happens eventually. I got 53 of the reddish brown bars right there that have that down at the end. 64 of the white bones right there. 319 of the trans light blue 4-length bar light zebra blade right there. I grabbed all of the dark tan 2x2 tiles that they had left. I wish that I'd been able to get more of these, because again, these are something that had been on the Pick-a-Brick wall years ago that I was never able to get, but I've wanted ever since. And so I'm happy I got this amount here, but would have gotten more if I could have. But anyway, grabbed their last 67 of them, which is still a decent amount. Then I got 166 of these dark red 2x2 quarter tiles, and finally 145 dark red 2x2 tiles. And so that's everything that was in the 2 cups. Because of some of the bigger pieces that are in here, I didn't get nearly as many parts as I would normally get in 2 cups. I got a total of 1,626 pieces in both cups, which means that I averaged 813 per cup. And usually I get over 1,000 at least. So definitely not as good, but I had some bigger parts in there, like those right there, and then the window frames, even though I tried to stack those as best I could. But I was also pressed for time, so I wasn't doing some of them quite as good as it could have been done. But still, really awesome parts, and very happy with this haul. Definitely excited to use some of these pieces really soon, and hopefully you'll actually get to see them soon. But anyway, that's it for this video, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you all again later. Bye.